Welcome to another short from the Vet Med Digest. Today we summarize recent veterinary neurological research focusing on overlooked aspects of canine epilepsy. We delve into the metabolic signatures, subtle seizure types, the impact of recovery, and neurobehavioral changes associated with this common condition. Firstly, studies reveal that idiopathic epilepsy in dogs is associated with a distinct plasma metabolic profile, pointing toward imbalances in oxidative stress, inflammation, and amino acid metabolism. Crucially, dogs with idiopathic epilepsy, including both mild and drug-resistant cases, exhibit significantly lower concentrations of vitamin B6 in their plasma compared to healthy dogs. This finding is highly significant because vitamin B6 is a cofactor linked to the disturbed oxidative stress and amino acid pathways observed in these patients. This suggests that the deficiency might be due to increased utilization, opening new avenues for therapeutic intervention. Secondly, seizure semiology is more complex than often appreciated. Researchers have defined the clinical features of suspected idiopathic vestibular epilepsy in dogs, where focal seizures manifest as recurrent, transient signs of vestibular disease, such as loss of balance, drifting, rolling, and nystagmus. The strong response to anti-seizure medications observed in 100% of the dogs studied suggests an epileptic origin for these episodes. Furthermore, a large survey revealed that non-generalized paroxysmal motor events are reported almost as frequently as generalized seizures. For generalized seizures, a focal onset was reported prior to the full event in nearly 74% of cases, emphasizing that subtle beginnings are often missed. The post-ictal phase, the recovery period after a seizure, often gets overlooked but is a major contributor to distress. Post-ictal clinical signs, most commonly disorientation and wobbliness or clumsiness, were reported in over 90% of dogs with idiopathic epilepsy. The post-ictal phase has a greater perceived impact on the dog's quality of life compared with the seizure itself. Finally, the non-seizure manifestations or neurobehavioral comorbidities are varied and profound. Studies identified two distinct profiles: a cognitive cluster associated with difficulties in trainability and demented behaviors, and an emotional cluster linked to attachment and anxiety-related behaviors. The cognitive profile was more frequently observed in drug-resistant epilepsy and was associated with a lower owner-perceived quality of life. These findings underscore the need for individualized, multimodal management strategies that address both seizures and associated behavioral changes. Thank you for listening. The link for the full podcast is below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of material. From Vet Med Digest, where we keep minds inspired, hearts light, and tails wagging.